From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, what a difference a day makes. You think about where we were this time yesterday with the smoke, inundated with smoke in Siskiyou-Modoc County, and of course a little bit making its way into the northern portions of the eastern mountains. The valley was seeing plenty of smoke as well. But as you can clearly see, things have cleared out, still a little bit of haze out there. And really what we saw happen last night is a lot of that smoke settled into those inland valleys. And you can see a little bit of clearing right here with some of that smoke, but still, that's where most of the smoke is at this point. Now, the winds is another thing that we're going to focus our attention on. Now, with the gusty winds, what's happening is we have a red flag warning out there, and PG&E is taking precautions for that. So right now, I'm on the fire page of Weather NorCal, so be sure to click on that. You can actually go up to more here. You can see more. And you can see fire and current fires. That's kind of what we're looking at right here for the fire page. So if you scroll down, just keep scrolling down, you'll eventually get down to the PG&E Public Safety Power Shutoff, the PSPS, right? So what you do is, this is typically not going to be the latest data that you're seeing here. It's basically just an image. So you can click on that, and what it will actually do is take you to the PG&E site. And what this will do, of course, is going to ask you to put on, announce for the most accurate information, put in an address, all that good stuff, right? We're going to get out of there. And this is where you can kind of zoom in. Let's kind of zoom it out here. And you can zoom in and see in your local area if you have a power outage. You can see we've got plenty as we take you down to the south into Tehama County, Glenn County, Butte County, and even southward here. So that's where the PSPS power outages are at this point. Be sure to get to that site to see if you're impacted by that. Most likely you'll know that if you already have that power outage. So just be sure to check that out. All right, let's go ahead and get out of here, and we're going to go ahead and take now a look at the fire weather alerts, or the red flag warning. So I've been talking about this red flag warning since yesterday, and you can see, of course, the areas in red here. It does include the valley, not to mention the surrounding foothills. Now, this is in effect until 8 o'clock tonight, and the main reason for the red flag warning are the gusty winds. Now, with those gusty north winds, we tend to dry things out, and with the heat as well, so we have that high fire danger as a result. So we look at the winds here, and so far this morning, we've seen gusts, especially in the valley, between 20 and 30 miles per hour. And there have been some areas that have seen gusts close to 30, 32 miles per hour. And then some of the gusts over some of the higher elevations, in particular the foothills surrounding the valley. Jarbo Gap saw a gust around 50 miles per hour, and we're seeing some stronger gusts again for some of the higher elevations. But for the most part, you can see where the strongest winds are here. Now, as we take you through the afternoon to the evening, I'm expecting the winds to slowly subside. So they won't be quite as strong by 6, 7 o'clock this evening. And then as we take you into Thursday, what we're going to see happen is the winds will die down significantly. In fact, probably even below 10 miles per hour by noon tomorrow at this time. All right. Now let's take a look at the smoke. Again, we're just seeing some of the haze out there. Even some of that haze is beginning to clear out. Maybe later this evening off to the west, some more smoke there, but looks like better conditions for us. So if you are checking out the super blue moon tonight, for example, no need to worry about that smoke being a concern here. We saw a lot of that smoke yesterday. I know a lot of you were concerned about that, knowing that tonight was the super blue moon, but I don't expect any of that smoke to impede the vision of that. There you can see as we go into Thursday morning, we're looking at maybe a little bit thicker haze for places like Red Bluff and around Willows, and then that should start to clear out as we get into the noon hour tomorrow. All right, so here's the deal. We've got highs continuing to stay near normal for this time of the year, but we still have that big cool down in the forecast by Friday and the first half of the weekend. Showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast for Friday and Saturday at this point as well. And when we look at Futurecast, you'll see what I'm talking about. But here's what it looks like for the valley. Mainly sunny skies by 8 o'clock, which is around the moonrise time, by the way. I don't expect it to be hazy. I don't expect it to be smoky. So we should have clear skies for that viewing of the super moon. Temperature is still another hot day in the upper 90s for your daytime highs today. Now for Siskiyou, Modoc County, a little bit of haze today. And looking at temperatures, upper 70s. And for the eastern mountains, mainly sunny skies there, between 85 and 90 degrees for the daytime high there. Now, we're really not seeing much activity as of right now off over the Pacific, but I've got my eyes on all of this energy right here because the cooler air that's associated with it right here, this will be diving southward, and that's what's going to give us the big cool down by Friday, but will also help to spark showers and thunderstorms for Friday and not to mention Saturday. By Sunday, it moves out, and then we have a pocket of cooler air just kind of hanging out to our north, keeping our temperatures at bay and preventing this heat from building much closer to us. So as a result, yes, we're going to see a big drop in our temperatures Friday and Saturday, but then we'll see temperatures increase after that, but most likely staying below 90 degrees, at least through the beginning, if not into the middle of next week. Now, when we talk about chances for rain, it's dry today, but we do have a disturbance that'll pass through on Thursday, tomorrow. And you can see Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains all seeing a chance for showers. There may even be a stray thunderstorm, but for the most part, this is very weak, and it's not going to bring us much in the way of rain. What's going to happen then, eventually that low will kind of shift southward. So as we go into Friday morning at 8 a.m., we're seeing the showers and even thunderstorms, especially to the north and east. Now, we may already start to see some activity around Redding for Friday morning, but then as we go through the day, you see how we're seeing that spin? So the center of the low is going to be right on top of us. And typically you see most of the activity kind of the outer perimeter of that low pressure system. However, we could still see a stray shower or thunderstorm develop even for the valley here for your Friday afternoon, but you can see that most of it will be off into the higher elevations. Now, we take you into Saturday with the long range showing the same situation on Saturday. So showers and thunderstorms will continue to be in the forecast. Now, Sunday, boy, it's one of those situations where this particular forecast model drives us out on Sunday. Yesterday, the long-range forecast models all pretty much agreed that it was going to dry out on Sunday. Now, the European forecast model is keeping a chance for showers in there for Sunday and even quite possibly Monday. But for now, I'm going to keep the chances for rain out Sunday, Monday, and then keep it dry, it looks like, through all of next week as well. Now, we're talking about the supermoon right now. And of course, again, the main concern yesterday, people were kind of commenting on the fact that it was smoky yesterday and we're not going to be able to see the supermoon. Well, we are, and I think most of us will be able to. Now, of course, along the coast, there may be some of the fog and some clouds, some areas that are dealing with the smoke, but for the most part, for those of us that have the clear skies, the valley, up north into Siskiyou County, Modoc County, eastern mountains, I think you're going to be in pretty good shape. So we have two events going on, a supermoon and a blue moon. So the super part of it is the moon's orbit is when it's closest to the Earth. The blue moon part of it, that's basically what that's defined as. It's the second full moon of the month. Both of these are a rarity. And if you get them two together, it's even more rare. And that's what we have. We have a super blue moon. So one thing to keep in mind, and some people have asked this, is the blue moon, will it be blue? And no, it won't be blue. It won't have a shade of blue. If anything, it's going to have a shade of orange because maybe a little bit of haze out there. But it appears, because it's closer to the Earth, it will appear about 14% larger and it will appear 30% brighter than most full moons. Now, the next super blue moon, when we combine the two together, will not occur until January of 2037. And then again on March of 2037 as well. Now, this is actually a rarity too, because typically it's approximately 9 years between the super blue moons. But for us to kind of get one almost back to back from month, so January and March of 2037, that's also kind of interesting. But bottom line, be sure to check it out. Just go outside, check out the super blue moon at about 8 o'clock tonight, which is when the moon should rise. We're looking at those temperatures in the upper 90s today. Temperatures mid 80s for the eastern mountains. But for Siskiyou and Modoc County, probably somewhere in the upper 70s for your daytime highs. All right, so let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. So I've got that slight chance for showers, maybe even a thunderstorm here for Mount Shasta, El Terce, and Susanville on Thursday. And then a better chance for showers and thunderstorms here for Friday, Saturday. And for now, I'm drying it out for the second half of Labor Day weekend. And then it looks like we're going to be looking at temperatures staying in the 70s. Now your 7-day outlook for the valley, it will be dry on Thursday. Temperatures still in the 90s, but we're going from 90s to 70s by Friday. Yeah, quite a drop. We're also seeing the chance for showers and thunderstorms for Friday and Saturday as well, drying out on Sunday. So the second half of your Labor Day weekend does look to be dry for everyone, including slightly warmer temperatures, but still below normal for this time of the year. Should be in the mid 80s by Labor Day, upper 80s by Tuesday of next week.